Hello guys, welcome back. Believe it or not, this is not going to be a travel vlog. We're actually going to take you guys along to see a little bit more of the reality side of van life. So things like what chores we need to do and what we have to do to survive while living in this van. And I think that a lot of you guys have been wondering about that. So we're finally doing the video, and while we're doing this, we're going to do a Q&A. We had a couple questions over on our Instagram that we're going to answer in this video. So glad to have you along, and let's just get on with the boring parts of van life. All right, dirty laundry back here. Our most common chore is actually moving stuff around because we don't have a lot of space, and so every single day we actually have to move that cooler back here so that I can actually sit for us to drive away. So you can see the front is nice and clean now, but the back is just piling with stuff, and we really can't like move around unless we move that back to the front, and that is one of the downsides of having a small van, but it's not that bad.
All right, before we pull out of our first spot, we have our first question, which is, would we change anything within our van? So the only thing that I would change within our van is possibly having smaller bedding that would still be just as efficient, just because it is really big. But as far as the design, I'm really happy with it because it is just a really small van and there's not really much you can change about that.
So we've just pulled up to a grocery store, and something else about living in this tiny van is we do have to grocery shop a lot more because we don't have a fridge and our cooler can't hold a lot of food. And so that actually brings me to one of the questions. It says, remind us how you refrigerate food, and is there one convenience you miss? So we refrigerate our food in an Arctic cooler.
With our Arctic cooler, we're able to keep our ice a lot longer we cut out these squares of Reflectix that actually keep all the cold down. At least with this cold weather, we've been able to keep our ice for over a week, which has been really awesome.
And then as for the convenience that we miss, I personally really miss having a microwave because we don't really have like the energy to reheat up food by getting the propane out, getting the stove out. So we've been eating a lot of cold leftovers. Any convenience you miss?
Kind of similar with that. It's just like easily making hot water. I kind of miss having like a electric kettle thing because then it would just be a lot easier to have tea and coffee.
Yeah, also just heat and AC.
Before we start driving, another question is, are we having any major car troubles with our van? And not really any car troubles, more like situations. Like our front headlights have gone out, we've had to repair that. And then our left one now is giving us a little bit of trouble, but that's like a little thing. Otherwise, the transmissions on these vans are supposed to not be the best, but we have not run into any problems with it as of yet, knock on wood.
Our next stop for the day is actually to get a shower. If you can't tell, my hair is pretty gross. Oh my gosh, it's not even like... We are both very, very excited to do this. We love showers, and we're actually gonna go to a gas station to get a shower. We have just pulled into the gas station parking lot, and a little bit about showering in the tiny van. We probably shower every 10 days. That's probably about the average. We have gone 2 weeks, but we've also gone as short as 7 days. So 10 days would be the average.
So we like to shower at gas stations because first off, they come with their own towels. So we don't have to bring in our towels and then bring our wet towels back to the van so that they have to dry. And also it feels more clean because if you go to like a Planet Fitness, it's more like communal. Whereas these are private and they get to like disinfect the entire room, which we get to see them do. And it's a lot better for us. That's just what we like.
And going back to the part where Chad was saying we have to hang wet towels if we do shower at like a gym or something. Someone asked, on days it rains or in bad weather, do you feel claustrophobic in the van? And yes, like I think the most claustrophobic I think we've both have ever felt was when it was raining and we were soaking wet. We had to hang all our wet clothes, hang the towels that we also used to dry off our bodies. And it was literally like we were just laying down and they're just like wet clothing and towels hanging, dangling all around us. And you know, there was just not much room. And I think that was a little bit severe, but usually it's not too bad. I think we've become really accustomed to it. You know, we moved into the van knowing it was going to be very small, and so our expectations for having lots of space was quite low.
So we're now gonna head inside and go take our shower.
If you can do me the honor of getting my shower shoes, Chatty.
Shower? Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Bubs. My little shower satchel ready. All the good stuff. Got everything?
Yep.
Feet are ready.
You have your wallet?
You need extra towels?
Yes, just 2 towels.
One, so I'll have
Yeah.
to bring extra.
One
That'd be
more,
good.
okay. The Hall of Showers.
Yep. I think that's for us, Claire.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. So this is the shower room. It comes with like a nice sink. There's some soap, toilet paper, trash can, sitting area. If you so desire to seat yourself. Towel rack, more towel racks everywhere. And then it's like a really nice shower if you like come on in. This is what it looks like. And there's always soap.
Yep. And there's no time limit.
No time limit. We each have clean towels, like they're still warm. Comes with a extra little hand towel. But yeah, this is great.
So we are back after our incredible showers, and we have another question. And the question is, how do we cope with being alone in new places? Right?
For a long time, far away from home.
One of the first videos that Claire ever made was actually this video on our Instagram, and it's talking about how basically our home has become in the places that we go as well as with each other. So home for us is not really tied to a place, and it's more so an internal thing for us. We're able to feel at home whenever we're just kind of at peace with wherever we are.
Currently in line to get some gas, and we probably visit a gas station like almost every single day. I feel like we're always at the gas station. And that actually brings us to another question. Someone asks, how do you budget for gas? What's your emergency plan if anything goes wrong? So we budget for gas like kind of how we budget everything else. We know we have $1,000 a month to spend on everything, including insurances and phone bills. And so knowing that, we go into each month being very cautious. So anytime we spend money, we keep track of it in an app. And so we can see the money like for the month going down every single time. And so sometimes like if we're running low on money, let's say, we know that gas is a priority and we might not get other things to make sure that we can keep going through the month without going over budget. This is our spot for the night, literally in the middle of the desert. Very serene, very quiet. Also, it's warm enough for me to wear like shorts here, so that's pretty awesome. No cold nights. Dinner is currently in the works, and that actually leads us to another question. So someone asks if I'll be making a van life cookbook. That has definitely been on my mind because a lot of people have told me to, but I don't know if I have time at the moment to do such a thing. I don't know if I'm like good enough to write a cookbook, and also I don't really know the recipes for all of my stuff because I do a lot of things to taste and not to measurement. So maybe that is the answer. I don't know. Maybe in the future. So tonight I am bringing back out the Rainbow Factory. Upon extreme request, I have sourced some new materials. As you can see, my bag is full again, and I am making the rainbows yet again, and also doing some merch stuff. I have so many lovely guests accompanying me tonight. All these wonderful bugs and moths. There's even one right here, very close to me. And while I am making these, I want to answer one of your questions asking how we fund our trips. And so we actually made an entire video about how we're funding our trips, and it's called How We Afford to Travel Full-Time After College. And we'll link that video up here for you if you do want to check it out. But we are mostly funding our travels from our savings at the moment. We are both unemployed. We don't have any jobs or any stable income. We make like the smallest bit of money from YouTube right now, and then just a little bit more from like our store and our merch and the arts and crafts I make, as you can see. If you do want to support us and help fund a part of our road trip or help keep us on the road, you can check out the store. No pressure, like it's just there if you want to, you know, help us out or anything. But just having you guys watch our videos is way more than we can ever ask for. So we do thank you for that. So we worked for about 6 hours straight. Chad's very tuckered out.
I fell asleep when the couch was out, and Claire
Kept working.
Yeah, I kept working.
Chad can't keep up. Anyways, we're gonna head to bed. We have more stuff to do tomorrow. We have to do laundry, but we will see you tomorrow. Morning, guys. We are getting all our laundry ready. There's a huge bag in the front seat, and we're gonna head into Phoenix today to do some laundry. And while I'm waiting on Chad to get ready, I'll answer another question. Do you and Chad ever fight, and how do you get alone time? It's interesting because you can define fighting as many different ways. What Chad considers to be a fight, I consider to be just everyday bickering. And so there's some moments where Chad will think we're fighting, and I just think we're like living out our life, you know. It's just like the everyday. So I think on a good day, we probably like fight maybe 3 to 5 times. We're going off of Chad's definition. And then if it's like a bad day, then maybe like 20. And maybe it ends with like a fight where I even think it's like a fight. But yeah, we fight a lot. But I don't know, I think
it's okay. I mean,
think
it's not
fine.
like they're very quick.
Yeah, they're super quick because, you know, we're stuck with each other in the van. And so we get over the problems really quick. Whether another one arises 5 minutes later, that is totally up to us to figure out once again. I don't know. I'm pretty used to it.
Yeah. And I feel like we bicker, but then we laugh like right after it, pretty much. Like we get over things pretty quick. So.
Yeah. As for like alone time, we don't really get alone time.
The most alone time that we pretty much would get is like whenever we have good weather, I'll be able to go outside and sit in my little butterfly chair. But yeah, we don't get alone time really.
All right, another quick question. Would you ever do something like this on your own?
I would like to think that I would. I probably wouldn't travel non-stop without seeing anyone. If I was traveling alone, I would definitely stop and see a lot more people and probably stay in one place a little bit longer.
I would like to think that I would do it if I were doing it alone. It would be a lot scarier, in my opinion. Not because like I don't think I could do it, but because of like stranger danger. I'm scared that people would attack me. I feel like I would need to learn more self-defense. Traveling solo as a woman is really different than traveling like with your husband or some other significant other who is a male or appears manly. It would just be a really completely different experience if I were to do it alone, but I like to think that I would be brave enough to take the plunge and explore the country and drive around and do everything all by myself. Chad, would you keep doing YouTube if it was all by yourself?
I'd like to think that I would, but I probably wouldn't be as good about posting as often as we do, because Claire's very good about staying on top of it. But yeah, I would say that I would. What about you?
Oh yeah, I definitely would. So something else I think we should cover about the realities of living in this van full-time and working together full-time is it is very, very hard. If you couldn't already tell, we're two really different people and we were raised in completely different households. And like trying to put that together and make a business out of it with like the two of us has been really hard. It's just crazy, first of all, that we're together 24/7 living, And then we're also putting our creative thoughts together to try to make these videos.
And the culture difference.
Yeah, and there's like a huge cultural difference that we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And like, even, especially since this is like our company or like our branding, like our YouTube channel, there's a lot more pressure because it's not like we're working for another company.
Yeah.
This is completely on us. We're not making any money, and we're trying to do the best that we can do. And so it can be really stressful sometimes. And I think most of our arguments are about work.
Yeah.
Because we're working literally like from the moment we wake up, we turn the camera on all the way until when we go to sleep. And so we can't just spend a whole day arguing and bickering, basically, because you have to keep going. We have to keep filming. We've learned a lot of patience, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, I also just want to say that we're doing a really good job for how much conflict we have to deal with or choices.
Yeah.
We're really we'll figure it out pretty quick and then we can move on, which has been pretty good.
Right, and like on top of working, we're out here trying to survive, which is really hard sometimes, especially when you haven't spent 22 years trying to survive.
I would say that in a way it's easier almost living in the van because we need each other to help each other survive in this van.
Yeah.
Whereas if we're just at home and you have the choice to go to the other room, it's a lot easier to just let a fight dwell longer, whereas because we have to get through it, we can get through it faster by being in the van.
Right. Our first stop of the day is to go pick up a very special package. Yay! Oh my gosh. So watch the next vlog if you want to find out what's in this very special parcel. So that leads us to another question. You guys are wondering where we ship our stuff. And so when we're out west, we don't know many people. So we ask our friends and family if they have any friends and family who have addresses out west in a city that we're going to pass through later on. And so that has brought us here to our friend's girlfriend's family's house, and they were kind enough to let us ship something here. Next stop of the day, Coin Laundry. Making some dinner, and we're gonna have some tilapia tonight, but the vlog is actually gonna come to an end quite soon, and I think we're gonna end it on this last question. Will you ultimately travel internationally in vlog 2? I have lots of questions similar to that, like any plans for after the van.
So currently our plans after the van are to travel internationally. We're definitely keeping a close eye on COVID and seeing what countries are allowing US citizens, because no one really wants US citizens right now. But our plan is to sell the van, and we want to travel internationally, hopefully in 2021. I hope that you guys enjoyed this different style of video. We normally don't show us getting groceries and doing our laundry, but that's pretty much what we have to do in between all of our bigger trips to the national parks. Sadly, we could not get to everyone's questions, so if you do have questions that you really want answered, definitely leave them in the comments below, but we will see you guys next time.